We had an interview.
The audience had been clamoring for
Craigslist Mark to come back.
Mark's
list.
I was cleaning my house and I found a drum set I found it. I already knew it was there.
In your cavernous house. We already talked about how you live in a very large house.
Right. I went down to my wine cellar and I
like, wait a second.
I forgot about
band practice room. I forgot I have a drum set.
I own a mansion, but I bought a $300 drum set and put it in my wine cellar. So I wanted to get rid of it.
It was on your houseboat. Maybe you had a drum set on your houseboat. So you had responses.
Yeah, I got responses. I posted a drum set, said I wanted somebody to trade with me and just offer up some trades. And so I got a handful of responses, and I had one really good one. The guy wrote me a big, just a
long
lot about
email.
A long,
thoughtful,
rambling, thoughtful.
Oh, it was very thoughtful.
It was also very rambling, but
yeah, sure.
But it was.
How do people like you more than me? Why does this?
Oh, he knows it was rambling. He won't care. Yeah, I told the first thing I said to him was he talks a lot.
That's what I mean. You're meaner than me, but people like you more. It's weird.
He just seemed like a very nice guy, very honest response, and he came up and got the drums from me, and then he came on the show. We talked for an hour.
We interviewed him. All right, so yeah, people can look forward to that.
All around the world you can hear them. Hey, hey, hey. Talking about news and kind of funny stuff. Hey, hey, hey. Mag Room. Mag Room. The Mag Room. The Mag Room.
I thought it was nice.
Well, this is something a little different for our Mag Room podcast. The interview, we had Mark, who people put some stuff on Craigslist that was silly, and people in the emails said they wanted to hear more from Craigslist. So he posted a posting about a drum set that he had.
I was trying to get rid of a set of drums because it had been just sitting in my house. I bought them 5 years ago, and I was cleaning my house out, and I wanted to get rid of them. And I figured a good way to use Craigslist might be to get rid of the drums somehow.
Yeah, do you want me to read parts of your email? All right, so here's what you wrote. I'll just read parts of it. I bought a used drum set a few years ago, thinking I wanted to become the next Ginger Baker. I'm now 46 years old, and I'm not even as good as Mike Baker. This guy I know from Barnegat, New Jersey. Cool guy, but not a drummer. So I want to get rid of them. And then you said, I want to trade. So what do you trade for? And then you said you're open to anything. So here was the things you said you liked. Paddleboarding, tennis, basketball, treasure hunting, exotic meats, sneakers, size 13, luxury sweatpants, podcasting equipment, attractive women, cool hats, billiards, good tequila. And then the things you don't like, puns, waiting in long lines, anything with the word fusion, sliders, memes, TikTok, people who take selfies. People don't say thank you when they should. So then you wanted people to send things to you. You got a few. I think we got
probably
7 responses.
I was going to say 6. Sounds right. Yeah.
Johnny sent an awesome one.
His was head and shoulders above the rest, don't you think? He was the only guy who put any thought into it.
With your life story and
yeah, dude,
you wanted to trade him a vest, and Mark was like, I mean, the vest seems to have a lot of meaning. I was reading the
say a little bit something about the vest. This is what you offered me as the trade item.
So it's a sleeveless vest that I put together with patches on. It's like a kind of a punk rock tribute thing.
It was cool.
With lots of patches and shit on it, and each one kind of meant something, and the patches like have evolved over time and so forth. Like,
was there any blood on that vest?
No, I don't think so.
No,
probably a little sweat, maybe some urine. No, so it's got sentimental value to me, but I was totally willing to part with it. I mean, I had talked about at length of my kind of plight in life, what's going on with me. I had rough around the edges, growing up Jersey, this and that. And, I had been through a relapse recently. I'm clean and whatnot. I got some clean time under my belt. And
can I ask real quickly, just what was your drug of choice, or was it sort of everything?
Well, this time around it was crack. So,
really?
That's always fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, it got serious. Usually it was like fentanyl or some kind of opiate. It progresses, man. That was a big part of my life at some point, and I had really taken a break from that. Started a family, and the partner I picked and me kind of didn't see my eye. I said that, and so.
So this is your ex.
Right, Jessica.
And you have 3 kids, right, with Jessica?
I have one with her. One.
Okay.
Right, and I also have an older kid from. I was young. I was 16 when I had her.
Whoa.
Well, listen, it wasn't my fault. It was her mom's fault. She's older. Women know better.
Womanly wares. She.
It was completely her fault. It was. She was 17. I was 16, and it was like she was experienced. Oh yeah,
Nice.
I had knocked her up at a ripe young age.
So what happens? What happens from there? So 16, and you have a kid. That's like a huge.
She's 23. I thought she was 22, but she told me last week she's 23.
Okay.
And so she just had a baby. I am pretty close to the world's youngest grandfather.
Yeah.
Life goes on, and pretty.
So what did you have to take care of a kid at 16 years old?
You told us
I couldn't even do whatever. I couldn't even make my own peanut butter sandwich at that point. So
was this the first time you had sex, or near or close to it?
No, I was a wild for a long time.
Okay.
Oh, all right.
Okay. No, I was just curious if it's like you lose your virginity and then 9 months later you have a kid. I wonder what your perspective on life would be, but that's not the case. So
yeah,
go on.
It was stressful,
So who took care of the kid then?
Well, we did the best we could. Her mother and my mother were 2 opposing Christian religions that did not see eye to eye. But no, we did our best, and we have a beautiful baby girl. And her mama did happen to pass away recently, unfortunately.
Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah, thank you. But she's a great woman, and she did the best she could, and she put out a good kid, and this kid put out a good kid too, cute little stubby baby that I've yet to meet. She's up in New Jersey still, but I should be meeting her soon. Yeah, she enrolled herself in medical school finally.
You said you're 39 years old, right?
Yeah.
So that's I mean, we were impressed by the store. It seemed like you had a journey of trying to get yourself clean and on track. And
you mentioned it a lot.
Do you have any though? I mean, if you don't want to share them, that's fine. But any stories that are getting into crazy situations from your days of being crazy that you can share, maybe a highlight or two?
Give us a good crack story. I don't really know a lot of people that have smoked
let
crack.
Johnny pick.
I'm so young. Okay. But just as a guy,
let him pick what he thinks is the most entertaining.
Right. So smoking crack, and
yes,
nice. Again, you don't have to if you don't want.
Crack.
I didn't really put together a crack story.
No, I'm just kidding. Dude, say anything.
No. I mean,
because you I want to hear more about the music too, because it was a cool story about being a drummer and.
Yeah, no, it's well, when you're smoking crack, you're not so interested in music. You're interested in things like crack, and crack happens to make people really paranoid.
Okay.
So what's the fun part of it?
Well, I ask myself that question a lot.
All right.
So you're just chasing. Okay, I got you. So you're just chasing something you felt the first time you did it, kind of.
Yeah. I was starting to touch on just a little bit before, I had split up with Jessica, and she took the kid, and I'm not going to say I wasn't an addict during our relationship, but highly functional. I'm an electrical contractor. I've been doing that forever. I'm 3rd generation electrical contractor. always worked, always had a home. I garden, I cook, I clean, I do all this.
Okay. Yeah. No, you seem like you're a well put together guy. I met you, in person.
Right. Just I did a lot of drugs and wasn't really working out between us. And she took the kid, and I kind of, went off the deep end. Yeah. I went paddleboarding without a paddle.
Wow.
So, yeah.
But, how about some music story? I really thought that story was cool about the Descendants story, and seemed like you went to a lot of concerts. And
I love them, dude. They're freaking they're like an old quirky punk band. Like, they used to call it like bubblegum pop and back in the day. Now we call it nerdcore.
Okay.
And we're like this like you heard of bands like Blink-182 and things like that. Like those bands wouldn't exist without like the Descendants and things like that.
And instead of like punk.
Right. And instead of like, dumbass like Henry Rollins like that, and like Johnny Rotten and their anger and all that, the Descendants wrote songs about like getting good grades and farting and breaking up and like that. And
yeah, tell the story of the concert, because again, that was in the email.
I took Jessica to see this Descendants show in Orlando, and like I push her up through the wall of death and all this like that, like around the mosh pit.
Moshing, yeah.
Crazy and and I kind of get her up to the front, and we watch the show, and they go leave, the stage when the show's over. They come back out for the little encore, and everyone's like, yeah, play this, play this. And there's this song called Good Things, and it's like a love song about whatever, good things. And I had been yelling good things, good things. And Milo, and we named our kid after him. She's a big fan too.
Oh wow, yeah, that's deep.
We named her Mila, so we named her after Milo. But so he looks right at me, and he was like, we haven't played this song for like so many years, 17, 18, 19, 20 years. And it's true, because you can look online, you could like go back in history and see their set list.
Yeah.
Right, and they really hadn't played good things until that day in Orlando.
Wow.
And it was like, and now they play it all the time at their shows. I'm like, yeah, everyone, like that's because of me.
You got something started.
So you traded for this drum set, basically doing this interview for the drum set. So what do you want the drum set for?
So that kind of goes along with, I guess, why I was starting to talk about all this, because I had it all. I had the house of 3-2 and the attached garage of my business and this and that, and guitars and drum sets, and I smoked it all.
How long does it take you to do that?
Well, it's just, I guess it depends on how much you're smoking, but
in your case.
It was a better part of a year. It was a better part of a year. Yeah.
Yeah.
1 year you lost more or less everything you owned?
Yeah. My drum set went, my guitars went, all my tools. The musical instruments are some of the first things to go when someone uses drugs. It's like your ambition, your desires, like along with that, like those really important things, your artistic sense, your ability, to care about the humanities and so forth. Like those are some of the first things to go, along with like, pride and basic living skills. And
so this drum set is like a rebirth to come back into the band.
Or get you another back.
So the story is I go to meetings and so forth, and I'm in South Florida, and South Florida's got a pretty big music scene too, believe it or not. And they have these things called conventions where people get together and they're clean and sober, and they have like good, clean fun. And so they have like acts that they'll put together a stage, and someone will come up and do a talent or something like that. And
yeah.
And I'm talking about, this is in front of like thousands and thousands of people. These things are huge, and it's just like a crowd of anyone, is scary to be in front of, let alone thousands of people. And so there's this dude down here, I'm not going to say his name, but he was the guitarist to Aerosmith. And so,
Nice.
yeah. And so he's like pretty big around here. And apparently he knows some people that are putting together a band. He's putting together a band. I haven't exactly heard exactly how it's happening, but I met some of the dudes that want to jam. And they were like, yeah, we need a drummer. We need someone to come play the drums. And they want to do like this old school set list of like Zeppelin songs and shit, maybe a couple Guns N' Roses.
That sounds fun.
Yeah. So I was like, yeah, I'll play some John Bonham for sure, man. Absolutely.
Nice. That's easy to copy.
I remember learning Cashmere's, I was like one of the first, like when I learned that stutter kick, I was like, damn, like that's the kick right there. That's the stutter kick. And I remember learning that. I was like, yeah, I'm like learning John Bonham shit, man. Very cool.
So you've played drums before then?
Yeah, since I've been a kid, I play the drums, the guitar, the bass, the harmonica, a little piano. I sing.
So I know you already have the set, but can we put 2 addendums on the trade, I guess? One, that you have to like keep the drum set and keep playing. That's like part of the thing. And then 2, that you tell one other person about this podcast that you're on and have them listen to it.
Yeah, I'm probably going to tell like lots and lots of people.
All right. Well, just one. How much? Yeah, you can.
How much crack can you buy for one for a drum set?
Well, that's actually a pretty decent drum set, whether you know it or not.
I did not know anything about it. I wanted to tell Jarrod that I think you kind of said they're decent, right?
Yeah, it's a Tama Imperial Star, and it's got a Superstar snare. It's got like Sabian cymbals, and one of them's an AAX. And like it's like
you couldn't even play on a good drum set, Mark. Huh?
No. But seriously, how much crack can you buy for one? Like how much?
You keep pushing.
Would it be like a day's worth?
I mean, are you dropping big old dubs on your?
No. Well, no. Let's say
it's kind of a weird question. Like you could say, how much booze could I buy?
Let's say I'm not. I don't know, full blown. Like I'm just a bad addict. Would a set of drums get me through one day if I'm like a serious crack addict?
Well, yeah, a good day. A good day. But, then at the end of the day, you're still up, and then you need more crack, and that's the problem.
That's a lot of money.
You need another drum set.
Yeah, that's the thing.
So you can't get rid of it for that. That's the rule.
No. You can't just smoke your drum set, because then you need another drum set.
He's got to use you can't just like get rid of it to do like this is the last thing. You have to live in the drum set if that's the last thing that you have to get rid of.
This is a pretty serious addendum.
I agree, and I will abide by that. And I like love the love and support, man. I really appreciate like the love you guys are sharing. It's cool. Like
I said, you were kind of you were the best, like most forthcoming. You gave me a story and everything, and I thought it was cool.
Did you tell Jarrod about the guy that wanted to take you on the fishing trip?
Yes. On Craigslist.
He wanted you to hold this rod, I think.
Yeah.
That was the popular
segment. I keep getting into trouble with that damn
of
Craigslist.
The Craigslist was Mark trying to have meetups.
You're the only guy that didn't try to me that I've been on Craigslist so far.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Can I give you? I should have given this to you before, but can I give you just a quick drumming quiz? Like maybe
drum quiz. We do. I don't know how many. If you listen to any episodes, usually Mark gets asked questions on a quiz and he doesn't know any of the answers. That's basically what happens. So
I chose really hard questions.
Oh, you did. So you want to make someone else look bad? That's
right.
Should I try to answer as well?
Yeah. You go. You both can.
All right. Ready? So should I go first? Because Johnny should know more. Here we go.
Who played drums for the Muppets band, and what was the name of that band?
Oh, it's
I know
Animal.
Yes.
All right, now Johnny, you tell me what the name of the band was. I did not know this. This is a hard one.
Phenomena? No, that's the song. Don't you know that song? Phenomena.
The Animaniacs.
I don't remember.
Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem.
Yeah, Animal's one of my favorite drummers.
All right.
Yeah, he's great.
Yep.
Spaz, right. I like it. All right.
What's the name of Def Leppard's one-armed drummer, and how did he lose the arm?
Oh.
Yeah, I lost it in a car accident, right?
Yep.
His name is Pour Some Sugar on Me. I don't know his name.
No.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of something funny. I can't think of anything.
He's the guy, same name as the guy from Fugitive. The one-armed man.
Dr. Richard Kimball.
Dr. Richard
Nemesis. Rick Allen is his name. I'm sorry. What family of fish is also known as croakers?
This is a drumming question?
Maybe. Just a trivia question.
I see. Nirvana, Piranha.
Hippies.
It's got to be some drum band name, right?
It's just drums.
Oh, drums.
The name of the fish is drum. It's a reference to the repetitive throbbing or drumming sounds they make.
Oh, repetitive throbbing. What are you doing there?
On September 11th, 1984, the announcement was made that blank would be the new home of the 10th Light Infantry Division of the U.S. Army. Its mission is to be manned and trained to deploy rapidly by air, sea, and land anywhere in the world, prepared to fight upon arrival and win.
Navy SEALs?
Marines?
Fort Drum.
Fort Drum. There you go.
Oh.
Should we just say drum? If we don't know, we'll say drum.
All right, and the last question is, which Ramones member was the drummer?
Oh, Dee.
Johnny.
Marky.
Nice.
Okay.
Marky Ramone was the drummer.
And you're Mark. Johnny, do you want to do a couple stories?
Yeah.
Sisk story. I don't know if you know that we do Sisk stories during the show.
Yeah, you were saying something like that.
Yeah, so, well, there's this one thing to finish for you, and I think we all can talk about it. So I found, sort of morbid a little bit, but this obituary online, and I was going to read. It's kind of funny, actually, if obituary can be funny. I think after we read it, like, obviously both of you can react to it, and then we should think about, for each of us, and I'd love to hear from you, Johnny, as well, like, what each of us would want to be known for, like what remembered for, could be so far in our life, really. So here's the obituary. I'll read it for you. Lawrence H. Pfaff Sr. was born in Belmont, New York on April 16, 1941. He passed away on June 27, 2022, living a long life, much longer than he deserved. He is survived by his 3 children, no 4, oops, 5. Well, as of 2022, we believe there is one more we know about, but there could be more. His love was abundant when it came to himself, but for his children, it was limited. From a young age, he was a ladies' man and an abusive alcoholic, solidifying his commitment to both the path of destruction he left behind, damaging his adult children and leaving them broken. Lawrence Sr.'s hobbies include abusing his first wife and children. He loved to start projects but never followed through on any of them. He enjoyed the life of a barfly for many years. Lawrence Sr. did spend over 20 years in the NYPD, but even his time in service was negligent at best. Because of his addiction, his commanding officer took away his gun and badge, replacing them with a broom until he could get his act together. He did claim to be clean and sober, but he never made amends. He possesses no redeeming qualities for his children, including the ones he knew and the ones he knew about. It will be challenging to miss Lawrence because he was narcissistic. He was incapable of love. His passing proves that evil does eventually die, and it marks a time of healing, which will allow his children to get the closure they deserve. Lawrence Sr. can be remembered for being a father to many and a dad to none. So that was an actual obituary in Jacksonville, Florida. I mean, it was honest. I'll give that, because usually I would bet people paper over a lot of stuff. Like, hey, this person's dead. Why beat him into the ground? No pun intended. Let's just say some nice things. But it made me think, like, what if someone was going to say something about me? Obviously, there could be things said about me. But like, what would I want to be known? But Johnny, what do you think? Like, what so far? Like, what would be your mark? You said some great things in your email, so really, you can even just talk about those, like, kind of the end.
So, my obituary would definitely say something like, the redemptive qualities of man, are beholden, to himself, and because it's not others that get to know us, it's us to get to know ourselves, hopefully, along this journey. And I mean, that's the real prize, is that, you get to learn yourself, you get to, like, face your shadow, you get to see who you can be, and who you learn, hopefully, who you don't want to be, and you blossom into something better. And some people don't do that, and unfortunately, addiction takes a toll on people, and like they say in the program, like of like AA or NA or something like that, whatever it might be for whoever's out there, that abstinence is just abstinence. It's not where the problem lies. The problem lies within the self of the person. So I mean,
would you mention?
I really like that because I'm a teacher. I teach.
Would you mention me and the drum set in your thing?
It would depend how soon I died after
tomorrow.
Nice. You're
I mean,
just a dick.
Okay.
I was going to say, I really appreciate that because literally that's what I tell the kids. So I teach teenagers, I teach high school kids. They fuck up all the time.
Right.
It's fine as long as they're trying to learn from it and trying to be a better person from it. Like that's literally the whole game. Like you said, like if you're not doing that, then it's really hard. Like that's this obituary, right? Obviously this person fucked up a lot, but didn't in this person's eyes try to get better. Because we all have flaws and on different levels, right, of addiction and all those types of things, but things that we do wrong, whether it's like aggressive or passive aggressive, and it's like, are you trying to be better as a person? So I really appreciated that. I know you wrote that in your email, and I think that's just, it's really great. If more people would do that, the world would be all right. Mark, should we do one story? You want to do one story?
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah.
Whatever you want.
All right, so Johnny, now we're going to transition to the.
I have a deal for y'all. I like if
I like it.
Yeah, if this is good, I would like to be invited back at some point.
Oh, I like it. Well, we got to hear how things are going.
I was going to say we got to have you back after the
what's a good
thing if you play.
When you do some drum, like you play some stuff and like text us, and then we'll definitely do it again.
All right, good. Yeah.
So I would like love for you to stay like. So every show, I bring stories. So we're gonna pivot. Now it's the Johnny story's over. Now it's now I bring new stories in.
Oh, okay. Listen to Jarrod's.
Yeah. Now it's me, and we just react to them. All right, here we go. So I got one. So this is the stories. All right, so here's the one. New brew is no ordinary beer. The new Singapore Blonde Ale is made with recycled sewage. The alcoholic beverage is a collaboration between the country's National Water Agency and local craft brewery. First unveiled at a water conference in 2018, New Brew went on sale in supermarkets in April. And so here's a quote. I seriously couldn't tell that this was made of toilet water, said Julian, who had purchased the beer from a supermarket to try after hearing about it. I don't mind having it if it was in the fridge. I mean, it tastes just like beer, and I like beer. You guys gonna drink sewage beer? What do you think?
Yeah,
totally.
This is Mexican beer, right?
No, it's from Singapore.
He was making a joke.
Oh, sorry. Oh, from Montezuma. I like it. Montezuma's Revenge.
Why would you drink toilet water? It doesn't mean make any sense. Hey, Johnny, I have a question for you. Let's say you went to a party.
Yeah, how is this much different from that?
Just
You're
listen,
not drinking
Johnny.
shit.
We're asking Johnny a question.
But why are you pivoting from my story so quickly?
I'm just gonna get his opinion on mine. Let's say you go to a cool party.
This has been a running question of Mark.
Like
people are dressed up.
You go to like it's held in a museum.
Yeah.
You get invited
dressed
to this.
up. Tuxedo,
and so the
finger
host,
foods,
host of the party comes out and he's like, you guys are here for this party for all my art thing, and I'm going to be serving little meatballs made of my own human flesh.
Ew.
Yeah, exactly.
But would you try one?
Fuck no.
You would never. You have no desire to just out of curiosity. All the drugs you've done and stuff in your life, you would never taste human flesh.
It's not nobody. So I will. Let's just. Nobody died. It was
that's what I wanted to explain.
It's like fat flesh from their midsection, sucked out, made into.
How is that exactly done? I mean, no, I wouldn't. But I mean, just out of curiosity, like how would you like have some of your butt removed or something?
Yeah.
I mean,
the fat from your ass.
People get their
fat
sucked out and.
Anyway, all right. So under no circumstances you would.
Yeah, Mark. That was pretty definitive.
All right. So would you drink toilet water beer?
Sewage beer.
Overeating people meat? Yes.
I mean, I know you don't drink, but if you back in the day,
you had to choose. They're like, we have this. It's not sewage anymore. We have this purified sewage water.
We have warm Heineken,
beer,
or
we have sucked fat meatballs from my. And the meatballs are really good. It's a nice sauce, like well prepared.
No, you don't know what they do. Yeah, well, all right.
Chef has prepared them.
Well, part of the thing is I want to know what it tastes like. I just wonder if we just taste like cows or whatever, you know.
Well, I think like to feel like this thing, the sewage beer is like that's where we're going, right? Like there's not enough water. There's going to be all kinds of this stuff. Like in 20 years from now, we're going to be
that movie Waterworld.
Just
in
be
real life.
But Waterworld was the opposite. Everything was covered with water. It was like,
but you couldn't drink any of it. Remember? Didn't he have to drink his own pee?
Oh, really? Why couldn't he drink any of it?
I never saw the movie. I'm only going. Somebody told me about one scene in the movie, and that's what I'm.
The Waterworld, but there's.
You'd think they would have like a desalination plant on that big ship, you know, and they just didn't.
Or one of those straws that you can drink anything through, and it cleans it.
Yeah,
a straw.
Yeah,
I heard about that. It's simple.
That seems even sewage.
Supposedly, you can drink sort of like anything. I think.
Even human meatballs that are ground up.
Just to get a little bit of the flavor, just a little bit of the juice. Little
taste. Well, the last quote was of the story, and then we can finish up. It said, "Not everyone is convinced. There are many kinds of beer around," said Lo Chen. "If I wanted a beer, I'd pick something made of normal water." Lo Chen said it well.
What's the allure? What's the allure of that?
I think it was expectations.
Yeah, nice.
I guess.
I think they were trying to normalize people drinking sewage because they're trying to treat sewage water to make it drinkable.
Yeah.
So people can recycle water because a lot of places have water shortages. To educate them on the importance of sustainable water use and recycling. It said it's sold out. All right, I think we're good. Johnny, thanks so much for coming on today. Yeah, this was awesome.
Great, man. I told you I could fucking talk and talk.
Yeah, it's great to hear your story and get to know you. And like you said, we'd love to follow up and hear what happens, how the drumming goes.
Yeah, definitely.
That would be great. It'd be my pleasure.
All right,
make like some YouTube videos or something and.
Oh yeah, that would be cool too. We could link them in the thing.
All right, that sounds good.
All right, man. Thanks again.
Guys. Yeah,
thank you, Johnny. Yeah, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, I'll keep texting you.
Yeah.
All right, great.
Rock on, man.
All right, take it easy.
All right, y'all.
Ooh, ooh, I like Mag Room. I like Mag Room. Ooh, ooh, Mag Room is good. Mag Room is good. Ooh, ooh, I like Mag Room. I like Mag Room. Ooh, ooh, Mag Room is good. Mag Room is good. The Mag Room's good. Ooh, ooh, I like Mag Room. I like Mag Room. Ooh, ooh, Mag Room is good. Mag Room is good.
Tell one other person about this podcast